Hello, I'm Reverend Dr. John S. Little, pastor of the Resurrection Missionary Baptist Church, Columbus, Ohio, and I'm a candidate for the president of the Ohio Baptist General Convention, Incorporated, and I need your support. Constituents, I have been a part of this convention for approximately 30 years. I have served as moderator for the past 8 years, and I have been pastoring for the past 15 years. And I have seen our convention at her best, and I see our convention as where she is now. And OBGC, we can do better than where we are currently. We need to raise this convention to be involved in 21st century ministry. God has given me a vision to help reconnect the convention to the church and community. First of all, I believe God has shared with me that there ought to be unification. That simply means that we should come together as constituents of the Ohio Baptist General Convention and be unified in our approach to ministry. We should be able to work together for the common cause of what God has brought us together as Baptists and ensure that we're carrying that message out into our community. Second of all, there should be demonstration. We should be able to demonstrate what God has given to us as Baptist witness in the state of Ohio. And so I'm encouraging you to join me. There also should be declaration. That means we should declare that we are Baptist throughout the state of Ohio, in our churches, in our communities. People ought to know that we are the Ohio Baptist General Convention and we are children of the Most High God. And then finally, there ought to be some exhortation. When we come together as constituents of the Ohio Baptist General Convention, we gather, there should be worship. And all of our auxiliaries and all of our worship services, we come to celebrate and exalt the name of Jesus. So I'm asking that you would come and join me and help me to help lead this convention into the 21st century. As your next president, I want to ensure that we have training through Christian education, training through missions, training through evangelism. I want to work with our Congress president to ensure that we have curriculum that is conducive for 21st century ministry, that is meeting the needs of our local churches. I want to be able to make sure that we have training with missions, that we are involved in local missions, and we are involved in global mission. We are partnered with the National Baptist Convention, USA Incorporated. We are also partnered with the Lot Carey Foreign Mission. But OBGC, we can also be involved in our own mission while we yet support those mission outreach. And then there should be training in evangelism. To help our churches grow, we ought to be involved in evangelism. And so the Ohio Baptist General Convention should be training our churches and training those individuals that have the desire to be able to go out and evangelize and share the good news of the gospel with those that are in this lost world. I want to also ensure that our convention officers are trained. Those members that are part of our staff and our auxiliary leaders should receive ongoing training to help them to be able to carry out the mission and the mandates of the convention. We want to have officers that make sure that they know how to do their job and they have the tools that they need to be able to efficiently run the church operation on a daily basis through church administration training, as well as budgeting, helping the church to learn how to budget and ensure that it provides benefits for the pastor and the church staff. We want to make sure that our pastors have benefits that would help them to be able to have retirement plans so that when it comes to a time in their ministry where they feel like that they have gone as far as they can as far as doing active ministry, they can retire with dignity and they do not become a burden upon the church. So we want to be able to train not only our pastors, but our leaders within our local churches so that they can help undergird the pastor, hold up his arm, and help the pastor's vision come to reality. I also want to make sure that we have timely physical accountability of all the assets of the OBGC, all of our funds that come in and all of our funds that are expenditured out. We want to make sure you, our constituents, have ongoing reports that you know that every dollar and dime that is brought into this convention is accounted for and that it is expended out for the manner by which it has been designed to be expended out. We want to make sure that you have those reports in your hand. We want to make sure that we have make sure that all of our assets of the convention are accounted for, and that make sure that those assets are being utilized to help this convention move to the next level. And so you will have physical accountability of all of our assets at all times. I also want to ensure that we have a timetable for our headquarters. OBGC, if you look at our current headquarters, it is in much needed repair. It has been vandalized, it has been, the weather has damaged the property, and it is in dismal repair. We have estimates that will cost us millions of dollars to help restore our headquarters and other properties that belong to this convention. And so we need to be able to look at what is feasibly accountable for, to make sure that we are not putting our funds into bags with holes in it, that we are utilizing the best plan to make sure that our headquarters is one that we can be proud of, whether we need to renovate the headquarters or to look at trying to find a suitable headquarters that will house the operations of the convention. We cannot afford to be housed in any local church and move from church to church based upon the tenure of the president. But we have to make sure that we have a headquarters that is permanent, where all of our records are secure, that all of our staff have offices, the president has an office, that you can say that this is our headquarters as members of the Ohio Baptist General Convention. So I want to make sure that we have a home that we can be proud of. And so we want to make sure that you have a timetable to know when this can and will be done. I also want to ensure that we utilize technology in this 21st century. I want to first of all make sure that we have a website that is active, a website that is interactive, a website that displays all that is going on within the Ohio Baptist General Convention on an updated manner. I also want to make sure that we are able to communicate to you through 21st century methods, through technology, through texting, and through email, to make sure that we're able to communicate with you efficiently and in a quick manner, so that you will know exactly what is going on in a timely manner. We want to also make sure that we utilize online capabilities of registering for our events, for our auxiliary events, and for the convention itself, where churches can go online and register. You, our constituents, can go online and register for classes and for events that we're having in the Ohio Baptist General Convention. You ought to be able to have that ability to be able to do that rather than wait till we come on site to register. You ought to be able to have the ability to register before you even get to where we're going. Then we want to be able to web stream and make sure that we have our services that are streamed. So for those individuals that aren't able to come to our convention, they can still see what is going on at the Ohio Baptist General Convention through live streaming. And so we want to be able to provide that opportunity for our constituents. We have a generation that many of them work and aren't able to take off many days to be able to come to the convention, but they still want to be a part of the convention. So we want to be able to reach out to them, to let them know that they are a part of this convention through using modern technology on an ongoing basis. So these are types of things that we, as the Ohio Baptist General Convention, should be providing for our constituents. And we want to take full use of technology in this 21st century. OBGC, I want you to prayerfully consider me as your next president. Look at my experience. Look at what I have been able to share with you that God has given unto me. And so I ask that you would join me in Toledo at the Indiana Avenue Baptist Church, beginning October the 11th through the 14th. Voting for our next president will be on Wednesday, October the 14th. I ask that you would consider me as your next president. I have a heart for this convention. I have a vision for this convention. And with your support, I know that we can have OBGC rise to where God would have her. I believe that you matter. All of our churches matter. All of our pastors matter. All of our constituents matter. There are no big churches. There's no small churches. We're all one church. And if you would join me, I believe that we can work together and make the OBGC what God has called her to be. God bless you.